How you doing? Great. Check one, check two. Hey, hey, test one, two. Go Mavs. Check hey, check one, check two. It's the University of Nebraska Omaha, ACHA Hockey, live from Holland Ice at Baxter Arena. The 13th ranked Omaha Mavericks face the Illinois State Redbirds in an ACHA Division III contest. Alongside our poor producer, Caden McDermott, I'm Nate Obrecht. It's great to be with you. Good to be home for these Omaha Mavericks, fresh off the Idle Week and celebrating their new title, the Mid-American West Division champions. While we were away and Omaha was off, a Dort win over Creighton gave Omaha the division crown for the first time in its 5 years of Mid-American Conference play, and the Mavs didn't need to lace up a skate. We'll tell you more about how the West was won for Omaha throughout this series with the Eastern Division champs, the Illinois State Redbirds. But first, let's take a look at the combatants from Bloomington, Illinois. Illinois State has claimed the East with a 6-1-1 record in divisional play and will join the Mavericks as a top 4 seed in the 8-team Mid-American Conference tournament coming up in 3 weeks from today in St. Louis. With an overall record of 17-5-1, the Redbirds are led by Brendan Meyer. The senior transferred back to Bloomington ahead of last season and currently leads ISU in goals and points, helped in part by this 8-game point streak he's been enjoying. Illinois State will need every bit of Meyer's offensive production, and they'll also need to find a way to combat the lethal first line for the Omaha Mavericks. That's right, the trio of Tyler Shermer, Ryan Hedquist, and Blake Glazer, they were all newcomers at the start of the season, but they have emerged as the most notorious men in the Mavericks lineup. And in Glazer's case, the entirety of ACHA Division III, as he continues to lead the country in scoring and point production with 37 goals, 33 assists, and 70 total points, entering play today, his 28th game. We will see Glazer and the Mavericks take on Meyer and the Redbirds next on the UNO ACHA Mavericks YouTube channel. But first, we'll take a break. Let you listen in on the anthem before we get back for Puck Drop and Hockey in the Heartland here from Exarban Village. That was David Olson with our national anthem, and we are just moments away from hockey here from Holland Ice at Baxter Arena. Outside those windows, you can see the cars vacating the premises after a Love Nebraska volleyball victory on the 7,800-seat arena behind us. We're here on the community rink side in front of 150 seats, and we are getting set for ACHA After Dark in the Mid-American Conference between Omaha and Illinois State. The number 13 ranked Mavericks send Easton Mesher to the pipes. The freshman out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, enters play with a goals against average under 3 with 2.72 average goals against in 10 games played. He's got a save percentage up over 900 at .919. and has won his last 3 starts dating back to November 22nd, along with 2 more wins without playing the full 60. On the opposite side, Illinois State sends out Matt DiFilippo. His last start on December 6th at Washington St. Louis was kept short, as with 10 minutes left in the game, DiFilippo left his crease, got in an altercation with a Washington University player, and was not allowed to play goaltender for the rest of that game. He's getting his first start of the second semester here for ISU. And the puck gets dropped at Holland Ice. Out in front of DiFilippo for the Redbirds is Garcia and Zylan, with Peyton Enderle has right off of the face-off. It's a quick shot from Fitch right into the glove of DiFilippo, and he's got his first save of the game, 12 seconds in. We'll round out the rest of the Redbird lineup as Mario Garcia and Vinny Zylan on the defensive line, with Peyton Enderle, Sam Santangelo, and Brendan Meyer, the forwards for ISU. As they bank it off the glass, and Omaha starts the race all the way down, it's the assistant captain, Cam Forey's, touching up. Starting out there on defense beside the captain and senior Troy Hunsaker. Hunsaker had a goal and an assist on DiFilippo in last season's matchup between Omaha and Illinois State that took place in Bloomington last October. Icing brings the puck back into the offensive zone for Omaha. Wyatt Wagner starting out there with Carson Fitch and Chase Mann for the Mavericks. Fitch, as puck is kicked down by Forey's. Great play from the junior, dances across the blue line and has it stripped off of his stick by Enderle. Back the other way come the Redbirds. Just as they cross the blue line, it's poked back by Hunsaker to center ice. Wagner takes it into the offensive zone, stops as Omaha heads off for reinforcements. Braden Kraut touches the puck for the first time today. He shoots one right into the shin pads of a Redbird on defense. That was Cody Thiessen, and he gets it to center ice. Beth picked that one up and sent it down. Just over a minute gone here, and the defensive zone clearing attempt from Langbine goes off of the skate of Tyler Shermer and up into the netting above the Illinois State bench. That's the bench that Michael Ernbrot leads, and he has owned that position for the past 3 seasons with a record of 41, 38, and 3. But Ernbrot started out on the Division II squad as an assistant coach and has bounced around the many ranks of ISU hockey as they house all 3 divisions of ACHA men's play there in Bloomington, Illinois. Puck cleared out to center, redirected off of the glass, and sent the rest of the way down by the Mavericks. Icing waved off as touching it up first is Ryan Nader. Pressured by Shermer behind the goal line. Shermer gets taken down fiercely by Vangel. Kept in by Glazer, the top scorer in the ACHA. He dumps it below the goal line, heads off for a change as Shermer collects for the Mavs. To the point for Beth. Fires one towards the net, deflected out in the slot. Picked up by Kraut. Crashing back towards the net. Shoots one, save made by DiFilippo. Pass goes back along the back wall. Grabbed by James Shea. Curls around one man. Back lower he goes. Tried to send it out front. All the way to the point it goes for Lounge. Shoots one. Save made. Rebound chances there in front. Another chance at it. Shot by Charlie Shea this time, and it's still loose. Omaha settles it down, trying to play it to the corner. It's grabbed by Razan. Not out. Shea back to the slot. Intercepted there by McCauley. He can't get it past Lowndes on defense for the Mavs. Gets it to Kraut. His shot blocked. To the corner it goes for James Shea. Shea backhand pass to Kraut. Another shot off the shin pads. This time it's McCauley getting the shot blocked. And the pass is rung around the back wall. Errant pass by Razan, intercepted by Kraut. Runs across the crease, leaves it there for Dirk Schneider. It's somewhere in the pads of DiFilippo, and he covers up for the whistle. An impressive flurry of shots there from the Mavericks. That was the line of Charlie Shea and James Shea, the unrelated pair. Charlie is the sophomore out of Kearney, Nebraska. James, the freshman out of Chicago, but played his high school hockey with the Sioux Falls Flyers. As a pass banked off the glass, and taking this one in the offensive zone is Morrissey for ISU. Pressured along the back wall, Nate Mitchell takes possession from Morrissey, giving it to Dirk Schneider. Dirk Schneider had his pass cut out, centered out in front by ISU. It's somewhere behind the cage of Easton Mesher. Grabbed there by Austin Tessier. Tessier, the sophomore, first year with the Mavs by way of Midland in ACHA D1. He dumps one on net. DiFilippo angles it to the near wall. Grabbed by Nate Mitchell. Tried to toe drag around one man. Couldn't beat Strom, and it's cleared out to center. Just over 3.5 minutes into the first. No score yet. Omaha with 6 shots on net. ISU still looking for its first. Austin Schweitzer couldn't hang on to possession in the offensive zone. It's grabbed by the Mavs, and they'll look to break out. Puck goes as far as center ice red, where it's grabbed and turned back into the offensive zone by ISU, but they can't possess the puck. Now a pass is cut out. Mitchell gains possession back. Possible 3-on-2 working for the Mavs. Mitchell works through, shoots one. Blocker save made by DiFilippo. Newman had it for a second. It's turned over in the slot. Out with it skates Jeremy Langbine. Langbine, the senior out of Chicago, as are all of the 21 active Illinois State players in today's contest. All 21 hail from the state of Illinois, the land of Lincoln. And the pass from Shermer to Fories, right in front of the net. Couldn't get a shot up there. It's Blake Glazer. He loses the puck behind the cage. Langbine off the glass, gets it to center. Hunsaker had his stick lifted, and chasing after that one is Enderle. He's taken down behind the play, and Hunsaker gains the puck back in his own zone. It's sent out to center where Will Deverick grabs it. He's taken down, and the arm of Todd Lucina goes up for the first time today. It'll be a penalty on the Mavericks as Blake Glazer, not known for his penalty skills, not known for his penalty taking, much more notorious on the goal column, heads off for hooking at 4:59 of the first. It'll give ISU a power play, but right off the draw, Santangelo has his stick break on him. Puck is still loose there in the circle and grabbed by the Mavericks. Hunsaker stops play for a second before finding Wagner up the near side seam. Wagner halts with the puck, now retreats to neutral and even further back for Hunsaker in his own zone. Already 22 seconds gone as ISU has yet to possess the puck on the power play. Errant pass up the wall, leaks out right in front of the top scorer for ISU, and he gets one shot off, but the pass across deflected to the back wall. That's Brendan Meyer with 20 goals and 32 points. The leader for ISU this season in goals and points. Along the blue line, taking that one is Zylan. Save made by Mesher and cleared the length of the ice after the shot attempt from the blue line from Zylan. Left behind, Mario Garcia picks it up, gives it right across for Strom. Orlando couldn't catch that pass from Strom. It's taken back the other way by Tessier. He sends it right out of the offensive zone to Charlie Lowndes, who brings it in again. Lowndes sends one off the shin pads of Charlie Orlando, and ISU gains possession in its own zone with 35 seconds to go on the man advantage. Strom trying to find a pass out of his own zone. Gets it up to Charlie Orlando. Can't make a move around Despirito, and the puck is cleared to center ice with 22 seconds to go on the Maverick penalty kill. Langbine sends it down, but it couldn't find anyone, and with 13 seconds left on the penalty to Glazer for hooking, the puck will be in the Mavericks' offensive zone. Omaha opts for fresh troops, as skating out there will be James and Charlie Shea, along with Charlie Lowndes and Rocco Despirito. ISU desperately wants to get that puck down into the offensive zone with the last 13 seconds of their power play. They are 24 for 92 with the man advantage this year, and a high stick played by the Mavs will bring this draw right down into the offensive zone. A prime opportunity with now 7 seconds to go on the power play for Illinois State. And with that, the Omaha guys not allowed to change, so whether they were opting for maybe some more offense there in the offensive zone on that draw, they have to leave those guys out there, but it doesn't matter as James Shea grabs it, sends it off a stanchion, and Omaha is 1 for 1 on the kill tonight, back to full strength as Schweitzer brings this one in, deflected out front by Charlie Lowndes. Never found its way through to Mesher. This one does off the wall as a poke check. Gets redirected and covered up easily by Mesher. It'll go as a save, so Mesher now up to 3 saves on all 3 ISU shot attempts. Omaha with 7 shots on goal through the first 7 minutes of play. And the Mavs clear it out to center ice once more. Grabbed there by Will Deverick. He dumps it down. Racing after that one is Dirk Schneider. He'll touch up first for the Mavs, sending it up the near side wall. To Kraut and James Shea, the Mavs will circle back. Omaha 22-3 with 2 ties on the season. That's 22 wins and just 3 losses. As that puck goes all the way down and becomes icing. They played a couple of non-conference, a couple of exhibition matchups against the Division II Creighton and Nebraska squads here in the Cornhusker State and won both of those. So Omaha not only has defeated the Division III Nebraska squad, but they also beat D2 NU last Friday. Coach said it was a great opportunity to get some guys in who haven't seen as many minutes this season. A lot of experience for some younger guys as well, playing a higher level of competition. As Wyatt Wagner takes the puck in his own zone, sends it off the glass to Chase Mann. Mann can't find it in his skates. And the Redbirds clear back out to center ice. Forey sends one to Wagner. It's off of his stick. And Illinois State back out to center ice. Enderle taking it in. Has Meyer with him. Sends one off the shin pads of Forey's. To the wall for Fitch. Couldn't find his man. Chase Mann at center. And Garcia takes it back for Illinois State. Through center ice. Poke check there by Carson Fitch. Cleared it as far as the blue line, but Illinois State gains possession back. Garcia tries the near side. Meyer sends it off the wall. Couldn't beat Cam Voorhees, the junior out of Cottage Grove, Minnesota. He sends it up to Glazer. Glazer works in. Bands on a shot around Garcia, and it trickles its way to the top of the crease, where Di Filippo covers up with his 8th save of the period, and even 9 minutes into the first. Well, it looked like a great chance for a second for the nation's top scorer, Blake Glazer, as he got that puck by happenstance on a poke check from Voorhees, one-on-one against Garcia, but great defense from the senior out of Chicago, a Notre Dame prep Don in his high school days, is Mario Garcia. As a false start by ISU on the defensive zone draw, doesn't matter, they'll get it out to center ice anyway. Great play from Marty McCauley, clearing that one, and Razan dumps it the rest of the way down. Omaha gains possession again. Hedquist sends it across ice for Shermer. This top line for the Mavs was highlighted in the open, and a return pass for Hedquist. Shermer could not catch up to him. Illinois State sends it all the way down, becoming icing. 10.5 minutes to go in the first. And we'll get another offensive zone draw for Hedquist, Shermer, and Glazer. Illinois State enters after a series at Olivet Nazarene. Lost the first game 4-3, but won the finale 2-1, earning a split as Glazer sends one wide of Di Filippo. Tracks his own miss to the corner. Now cuts towards the slot. Tried to find Hedquist. Poke check back down. Shermer finds it and rings it around the back wall. Picked up by Voorhees. Pressured hard by McCauley. And the arm of Lucina is up once again as McCauley touches up. And we will get a hooking call on ISU. Jeremy Langbine skates off for the Redbirds. The first guilty party for Illinois State in this one. And at 9 minutes, 48 seconds, it's Langbine off for hooking and springing the Mavericks on the power play for the 124th time this season. They've got 34 power play goals as this one's cleared. An average of 27.6% on power play opportunities this season are the Mavs. Charlie Lowndes finds Hedquist. They work into the offensive zone. A minute and a half to go on the man advantage. Poke checked off a Hedquist stick, banked off the glass, kept in by the gloves of Charlie Lowndes. The big rig on the blue line finds Fories. Fories can't make his way around Nader, and it's sent all the way down to Easton Mesher's end. A minute 15 to go on the man advantage. Lowndes leaves it for Ryan Hedquist, the speedster out of Sioux City. Gets as far as center, dumps it the rest of the way down. Rozan picks it up and clears it past the blue line and out of the zone for ISU. Omaha struggling to keep possession, but Glazer wins it back. Couldn't beat Nader as he picks up the puck in the corner, loses it there to Fories. Grabbed by Wyatt Wagner. And Wagner passes it back out. Lowndes fires one towards DiFilippo, and it's saved by the junior. Glazer to Wagner. Rips it. Rebound is loose. Fories was there on the doorstep, but couldn't get his shot off. It's sent all the way down as fresh troops come onto the ice for both sides. 20 seconds to go on the penalty to Jeremy Langbine. Man stops. He's got 10 seconds to work it up into the offensive zone. Wyatt Wagner plays it ahead for him. Man tried to center it. Nader with a good stick. Below the goal line. Man still working with it as ISU back to full strength. 1-for-1 are the Redbirds on the penalty kill. As Man plays it down lower to Tessier. Cross ice pass for Wagner. He couldn't get the shot off. He takes it up the wall to Hunsaker. Tried to play down low for Man. He gets it through his legs. Holding, shooting, wide of the net. It's flicked up to the slot. Settled down by McCauley and sent the rest of the way by Blaze Janicki. Janicki with a quick shot off an intercept, and it's still loose in the offensive zone for ISU. Finally grabbed by Fitch to Wagner and all the way out. Tessier tried to dance through Langbine. Got it as far as Thiessen, and now Hunsaker has to come help. It's out to the point. Beth sent one for the redirected stick of Hunsaker. It's tipped up into the corner wide. Shea works with it just across that blue line. The puck skirts over. And Omaha will have to work from center ice with 7 minutes to go in the first. No score through this one. One penalty for each side. Glazer and Langbine both received hooking penalties, and both teams killed them off. Fitch off the intercept. Blocker save DiFilippo. Tried to center a redirect, and it goes to the near wall off the ISU defense. Despirito gains the puck at center. Shea couldn't find Kraut. It's lifted all the way across to Mason Beff in the near corner. He loses it off the collision with Coggin. Once again, the Redbirds get it off the glass as Omaha cannot set up in the offensive zone. They're getting the puck into the zone, but not getting set up with any good opportunities once they get the puck down there. It's been staunch defense around the slot for ISU. They're really crashing on top of their own crease hard as that one lifted right up towards us here on the fan side by Justin Morrissey. That'll stay in the offensive zone for Omaha with 6 minutes to go in the first. Hard to match the energy in this building from a couple of weeks ago when the Mavs swept the Dort Defenders, scores of 6-2 and 3-1 over the then 11th ranked team in the nation. As a shot tipped, that would have been a high stick off of Tessier had it been redirected in. And as Omaha is the first to touch up, it will indeed become a high stick and will go all the way down to the Maverick defensive zone. Tessier touched it. It was above the crossbar, which is the marker when you get down near the goal mouth. Otherwise, it is the player's shoulders, his own shoulders, in fact. So the heights can vary on a high stick. Unless you hit somebody in the head, that's an automatic penalty. Dirk Schneider off of the face-off win by Omaha. And he banks it off the glass. Garcia takes it in his own zone. At center ice, both teams struggling to gain possession. Tessier thought he had it, gloved it down, but offside was Newman, and the play will go back to center. The draw will come right in front of Michael Ernbrott's Redbirds. Ernbrott was an assistant with the D2 ISU team in 2013 and 14. He took over the D3 squad ahead of the 14-15 year. He's got Schweitzer skating into the offensive zone all alone. He puts it over the shoulder of Mesher and in. An even strength goal from the Redbirds to break the seal. And ISU takes the 1-0 lead. Schweitzer took it in all by himself, had a step on the defense, and put in his 10th goal of the year. That is Austin Schweitzer, the senior out of Elgin, Illinois. Played for the Northwest Chargers AA squad. And he's got ISU with a 1-goal lead here in the first period. Shermer takes the puck back. It's taken down, gives the puck to Fories. He rips one off of the stick of Ryan Nader and out to center ice for Meyer. Meyer centers it to Eberle. Rung in as Hedquist takes down Meyer. The puck poked out of harm's way by Mesher with 4:15 to go. Fories starts with it, gives it to Hunsaker. Back to Cam Fories. He brings it in the offensive zone, drives wide, takes a direct hit to the numbers, and leaves the puck there for Troy Hunsaker. Cam Fories still down in the corner. Now he pops back up to his skates, pokes at the puck off of Nader, gets it to Glazer. Glazer working it to Hunsaker. He shoots one, blocker save, tipped back down and in by Wyatt Wagner. Wyatt Wagner with the redirect goal, and this one is tied at 1. Wagner from Hunsaker and Fories at 16:13 of the first. And it's got the Mavs tied up with the Redbirds, and they're hungry for more. Fitch to man, dances around his man, shoots one, save made. DiFilippo to the back wall, picked up by ISU. Poke check from man. It's onto the stick blade of another Redbird, and cleared out by Langbein. For Wagner, it's his 6th goal of the year. He's now up to 19 points as the freshman out of Bellevue, Nebraska, last played with the Omaha Junior Lancers a season ago. Give the assist to Hunsaker. He had an assist the last time these two squads met in the 24-25 season, and he's got another one here In Game 3 of the all-time series, as Omaha leads ISU 2-0 with 2 games in Bloomington a year ago. Fitch from man, tried to center it back to him, went off the shin pad of a Redbird in front. Beth keeps it in. Kick towards the net front by Fitch. To the far side corner it goes. Grabbed there by Rozan and played out. Lowndes dumps it quickly back in on the backhand. 2:45 to go, and Illinois State has it in its own end. The game recently has been tied up. ISU got the opening salvo. It was answered just a minute and 23 seconds later by Wyatt Wagner of the Mavericks. Janicki takes it back in, shoots one, save made, measure. 3 Mavericks converge on the puck there, and Kraut starts up with it. Kraut shoots, blocker save, loose in the slot, grabbed by Morrissey. Sent off of the official Lacina and kept in the zone. Garcia grabs it, lifts it up and out of the zone, finding Strom, who dumps it the rest of the way down, but could not find anybody and was on his defensive side of the red line, becoming icing with 2 minutes and a second to go in the first. Braden Kraut, James Shea, and Charlie Shea out on the ice for the Maverick offense as Dirk Schneider sends it down to Charlie Shea. This line got a lot of pucks towards DiFilippo their last time out on the ice. We'll see what they can do in the offensive zone here as Dirk Schneider rings it around the back wall. Looking for Shea. Charlie Shea delivers a hit but can't win the puck back. It's cleared out to center ice. Quickly turned back into Kraut. Kraut from the circle, shoots, save made. It went off the shins of Garcia. James Shea lifts a wobbling puck. The wraparound chance from Charlie could not find its way through. Sweeping at it is DiFilippo, who gets it to the point. Dirk Schneider able to keep it in. Still onside are the Mavs. Braden Kraut works his way to the point. Tried to send it across for Dirk Schneider. No one was home. Morrissey gets it to Vangel. 1:05 to go in the period, and Vangel dumps it the rest of the way down. Grabbed by Orlando. He loses it below the goal line. Dirk Schneider up to Kraut. Kraut holds, shoots off of the breezers of James Shea, and it's out to center as Omaha still with possession, 45 to go. And another whistle. Did the Mavericks get caught out on that last line change for too many? As Kraut was skating off, Epperson was trying to transition on. And indeed it will be too many men against the Mavericks. The call coming 19 minutes and 16 seconds into the frame. Kraut off. Harehill raising an objection to Lacina. And now Kraut is being taken out of the game. I'm going to have to take a look at the score sheet during the intermission and get back to you folks on this. As Braden Kraut working his way off of the ice. It appears that our official Todd Lacina has sent Braden Kraut off. We do not see any other Mavericks heading into the penalty box to serve any penalty time that Kraut may have accrued, along with some misconduct that must have happened to warrant him being removed from the game. Illinois State saw this when they played Washington University St. Louis. That December 5th and 6th series ended quite nastily, though the game went into overtime and was a fantastic contest. About 10 minutes to go in the third period, we already brought up that DiFilippo was asked not to return from that game, and about 3 other Redbirds and 4 other Washington University Ice Bears players were also ejected as a result of a major scrum in that contest. No scrums here, really nothing to give us a sign that Kraut did really anything. We'll have to see what the score sheet says. Tessier is serving a 2-minute penalty for Kraut. And this puck is sent to Blake Glazer. Glazer already with 3 shorthanded goals on the season. Head pushed with another 2 as Omaha 5 shorties on the year. Back the other way comes Eberle. Under 30 seconds to go in the first. Eberle working below the goal line against Hunsaker. Hunsaker wins the puck and sends it out past the stick blade of Garcia and all the way down. 15 seconds to go, and Garcia is behind the cage. Garcia left it for Zylan. He tried to go back to him. Pressure along the Maverick bench. Picked off by Glazer. He can't get it past Zylan, but the horn sounds to end period number 1. Your score through the first period of play is Omaha 1, Illinois State 1. We'll be back with you for period number 2. You're listening to the UNO ACHA Mavericks channel on YouTube. That's what Dad said. That'll be fun. You got a bonus or something? Good for him. Yeah, that'll be awesome. Relaxing. Welcome back to Holland Ice at Baxter Arena. Nate Obrecht, Caden McDermott, Sebastian Cassiopo along with you. It is 1-1 between Omaha and Illinois State. Through the first period, we saw ISU take an early lead. That one an unassisted tally coming off the stick blade of Austin Schweitzer, his 10th goal of the season. It was answered just a minute 23 seconds later by Wyatt Wagner with assists to Troy Hunsaker and Blake Glazer. That has us at our 1-1 tie. As I promised, I will get you intel on the Braden Kraut penalty being served for another minute and 16 seconds to begin this period by Austin Tessier. Kraut got a 2-minute unsportsmanlike conduct penalty for abuse of officials. It is Rule 601B in the USA Hockey Handbook, and it got Braden Kraut two, along with a 10-minute unsporting conduct. So, after Tessier gets out of the box in a minute and 6 seconds, barring an ISU goal, then Kraut's 10-minute misconduct will begin. So we can expect to see Braden Kraut some point after the 9-minute mark of period number 2. But have no fear, Maverick fans, especially those listening in from Hastings, Minnesota. Braden Kraut will be back before the third period. And the penalty to Kraut, down to 40 seconds remaining on it, as it's cleared all the way down by Troy Hunsaker, the captain of the Mavs, for the second straight season. Puck lost in the puddle behind the ISU cage. Enderly having some real trouble taking this one out of his own zone. Garcia tries to send it all the way down for Meyer. It's too far, touching up his 40s and icing the call against ISU. 19 seconds to go on the Redbirds' second power play chance of the game. Offensive zone draw here for the penalty-killing Mavericks. It's one back by ISU. And Garcia. Pass cut out by Hunsaker. Finds Wagner. Already the one goal in this game as Omaha back to full force. 2 for 2 on the PK are the Mavs as Wagner couldn't find Kraut. Or Fitch, excuse me. Kraut will be off until after 9 minutes. Lifted out of the zone by Meyer, brought back in by Wagner, touched up offside, and instead it'll be touched up on the hand pass, bringing this puck out to center ice. A minute 32 gone in the second period. Omaha is now 2 for 2 on penalty kills. Though you still see a Maverick in the box, Braden Kraut, he'll be in there past the 10-minute mark of the frame. The neutral zone drop. Both teams some trouble controlling it. Orlando couldn't touch up on that. and it becomes icing as Beth touches up. This season, Omaha has played now 8 contests in which the first period has ended in a draw. The Mavs are now 5-1 with a tie in the previous 7 matchups that ended in a first period deadlocked. Beth sends one wide. That includes the most recent Mid-American Conference game as Beth takes his man down. Brought into the offensive zone by Strom. He stops in the corner. Back out to Thiessen along the blue line. Shot blocked by Mann. To the corner it goes. Fitch picks it up. Mavs look to break out. Centered back out in front briefly by Strom, but taken back by Wagner. Wagner gets it ahead for Fitch. Holds, shoots, off the shin pad of Thiessen. To the corner it goes. Grabbed there by ISU, sent towards the Maverick bench, and out to center. 2-on-2 rush. Morrissey skating with Orlando. He tries to drop it off. It's left too far behind, and Mann grabs it for the Mavs. Turn back the other way for Wagner. Wagner into the offensive zone. Works over the blue line, top of the slot. Holds, shoots, wide and high. Rings around to Charlie Lowndes. He can't keep it in the zone. Urter skating up with it, has Morrissey. Morrissey and Urter, 2-on-1 shot. Save made by Mesher. Right into that trapper, and this man from Sioux Falls gloves it down for his 7th save of the game. First of this period. The shots were 14-6 after the end of the first. The draw will be to the left of Easton Mesher as we view it on the camera, and it's one back. Gloved down as Schweitzer was going for his second goal of the game. Shea takes it back for the Mavs. Offensive zone. And James Shea couldn't get it through. Played up the far side. Shea intercepts. Got it as far down as Will Deverick, the last line of defense for the Redbirds, and he clears it to center. Tessier works it back into the offensive zone. Takes a couple of hits, but grabs the puck back in the corner. Pinned up against the wall, but wins the puck. Still on that is Tessier, trying to go cross ice to James Shea, who fires one blocker save. DiFilippo sends it up over the netting. Hit off the back glass, picked up and sent to center by Schweitzer. Dirk Schneider grabs it to Mitchell and back in. Quickly it goes off the stick blade of Nate Mitchell of the Mavericks. There along the wall, Epperson was digging for it. Dirk Schneider to Mitchell and dumped back in again, this time on net, and a basket-style grab from DiFilippo to freeze play. Just a tick over 4 minutes into the second. Well, the second period is where ISU makes most of its hay. They've got 43 goals in the second period alone. That's 43 in the second compared to 27 in the first and 36 in the third. That is of all 106 total goals for, as Forey sends a shot right into the chest pads of the defenseman Zylan, and back the other way skates Meyer. Left behind, tried to find Santangelo. It's ramped off of the stick blade of Hunsaker to the wall. Lucas Epperson battling there. He wins the puck back out. His grandma, Vicki Epperson, is watching from Casper, Wyoming. We'd like to give a shout out to Grandma Vicki Epperson watching and rooting on the Mavericks, and especially Lucas Epperson, as he and his offensive line have the puck into the offensive zone. Newman doing battle with that one there. He wins it to Cam Forys. Forys circles top of the zone, works in, shoots, blockered up into the rafters. And that one came down with about as much force as it went up. That was a rocket of a shot that got deflected up into the steel beams above us. We'll be back for a morning skate tomorrow at 10:30 to wrap up this 2-game series with Illinois State. The Redbirds have a 6-hour drive back to Bloomington after the game wraps up tomorrow. Right up the draw, Glazer shot into the shin pads of McCauley. He picks up the loose puck along the wall. Can't get it past McCauley this time. Now poke checks another man right onto the stick blade of Langbine. Langbine battles with Shermer and Hedquist, but does get it out to center ice. That's where it's picked up by Hunsaker and dumped in. Over 5 minutes gone here in the second. Glazer picks up the puck in the offensive zone. Circles around, half moon through the offensive zone. Tried to get it to Hunsaker. Couldn't find his man. Long pass sprung ahead for McCauley. McCauley fires at blocker, save made. Rebound loose out in front, and it's knocked away by Shermer. Great save there from Easton Mesher after the Mavs had a lot of pressure. As McCauley picks up the puck up the turnover, shoots it on the backhand, and it's gloved down and covered by Mesher. Hunsaker getting right into the face of McCauley after that last shot. Didn't like something that was said, and that happened to be the case with Kraut, who was sent off after the official didn't like something he said at the end of the first period. Different strokes. As Omaha wins the defensive zone draw, Mason Beth gathers this one to center ice and dumps it the rest of the way. Icing called against the Mavs as he did not clear center ice red. And it's dumped the rest of the way down. And correctly, this face-off will be brought out to center ice as the up official, the one in front of the Mavericks, had waved off the icing, meaning that the Omaha players had changed the strategy of how they were going to pursue that puck. So on the mistake of icing, the puck is at center ice for the draw, and the Mavericks win it there. Mann takes it back into the offensive zone. Given there to Fitch. Fitch tried to kick it ahead. It's intercepted, taken back behind the cage by Strom. From the backhand, Strom gets it to center, but no further as it's grabbed by Lowndes and sent quickly back in. Offensive zone collision behind the back wall. Mann tried to center it. It's into the shin pads of Nader. Mann still with possession to Wagner. Out front for Fitch. Couldn't get it. It was behind him. Rebound chance. Loose in front. Mann with another whack at it. Fitch has a try, and they both go wide. DiFilippo with a couple of great saves off the flurry of chances there in front of his crease. The other way it goes. Morrissey left for Orlando. Back to Morrissey. Couldn't catch up to it. Strom from the hash marks. Wide of the cage. Nader along the blue line. Shot through a couple of bodies, but goes wide left. Kept in by Vangel. He sends it around the back wall. There it's grabbed by Omaha. Wagner working ahead with Fitch. Just over the blue line and sent back out to center ice by the defense of Austin Schweitzer. Finally, ISU can settle it down. A couple of great looks for both squads in the last couple of minutes. It's now 12.5 to go in the middle frame. And the puck is at middle ice. As Luparel left it for Erturk. He's taken down by a big hit from Charlie Lowndes. Lowndes works ahead with it. 3-on-2, maybe 4 for the Mavs. Left behind for Tessier. Fires, save! Right off the skates of James Shea, and the rebound taken out. Back the other way, skates ISU. Erturk left it there for Luparel. And as Lowndes touches up, the call will be interference against the Mavs, and skating off is the sophomore Austin Tessier. Tessier to the box for interference. It will be the third power play of the game for Illinois State. The second of this period. Remember, they had the carryover time on Kraut's minor penalty. This one comes at 7:55 of the second. And it is on the sophomore out of Airdrie, Alberta, Austin Tessier. Draw. Won by the Mavs. Right back to Meyer, and he puts it in. Just 5 seconds into the power play, and ISU is now 1 for 3, a man up. That's the leading goal scorer for Illinois State, Brendan Meyer. And Meyer now has 21 goals on the season. It was an even 8 minutes into the game, and it gives ISU a 1-0 lead, or a 2-1 lead, excuse me. And ISU loses the puck in the offensive zone, taken back by Fitch. Fitch fans on the shot, poked off of his stick blade. Voorhees was right behind him, sends one off the side of the net. Grabbed by Kraut. Behind the cage, battle for it, and Wagner wins. To the point for Hunsaker. Stops, sends it right back to Wyatt Wagner along the goal line. Cross across, and it's cut out. Mann has it somewhere in his skates, now finds his stick blade. Reverse hit by Chase Mann, and he still gets the puck down to Carson Fitch. Fitch taking off the puck, but he gets it to Wyatt Wagner. Wagner loses it, played out to center, and gloved down by Voorhees. A high stick on Troy Hunsaker, and he has his arms up saying, I did not touch it. It will go all the way down. High stick played on the puck, not on a player, brings about an offensive zone face-off for Illinois State. Give Eberly the assist on the latest goal for Illinois State off of Meyer's stick. As Rozan keeps it in the zone, leaves it for McCauley, shoots it, save made by Mesher. Blocker save, and it skips over the crease, and Shermer takes it to the far side for Glazer, to Hedquist, and it's intercepted. ISU can't contain it in the offensive zone. Glazer works ahead. Blake Glazer dances around one man, shoots it, save! It's loose under DiFilippo. Shermer still digging at it as the puck was there, and now ISU is all over Tyler Shermer, who may be trying to provide a spark to this Maverick offense by way of the fist and cup. That puck, DiFilippo definitely didn't know where it was. It appeared that the linesman didn't either, as the whistle came rather quick. And we will get a draw to the left of DiFilippo. 9.5 minutes into the period. The top line stays out there, all 5 of them, as Shermer did not pick up anything for the extracurriculars in front of the net. And the draw won by the Mavs. Mitchell shoots it, redirected by Hedquist, and it goes wide. He couldn't keep it. Good Nate Mitchell. Racing after it is Morrissey. Morrissey can't win it back. Great defense and a back check from Ryan Hedquist. Lost there. Schramm out to Morrissey. Save made by Mesher, and he covers up for the whistle. Hedquist gets an extra whack from Strom after the play. Matt Strom, the junior out of Homer Glen, Illinois, has played now 68 ACHA games. Ryan Hedquist, the freshman out of Sioux City, this is his 28th ACHA contest. A lot of disparity between Strom and Hedquist. But Strom has 19 total career goals, and Hedquist has 18 this calendar year. Shot, save made, and covered by DiFilippo. It was backhanded in by James Shea, and now more fighting ensues after the play. That is 4 Redbirds pinning a Maverick against the wall back there behind the goal line along that high V logo. We have just crossed over the midway point of this game. And as the scrum settles, we get Shea skating off to the box for Omaha. Shea was the one Maverick against 4 Redbirds, and we await an ISU player to follow. And he will, in the form of Will Deverick. As matching roughing penalties, 10 minutes and 5 seconds into the second period. It is Deverick for the Redbirds and Charlie Shea for the Mavericks, both off at 10:05. We will be 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes even. And they have put the numbers up opposite on the board as Macaulay fires one wide. They gave the 10 to the ISU side and the 4, which is Tyler Shermer, to the Mavericks side. It is actually 10 for Omaha, Charlie Shea, and 4 Deverick for ISU. Lowndes, top of the zone. 4 sides in the next 2 minutes. Now down to a minute and a half as Wagner sends one wide, possibly looking for the pass to Chase Mann, who has the puck now in the corner, works towards the front of the net, tried to give it down low to Wagner. Wagner circles up to meet it. Now to the top of the zone, Wagner for Lowndes. Fires, blocker save, DeFelipe. Gets it down to his team, stick lift by Lowndes. Picks it off and scores! Charlie Lowndes says, I'll be having that. And he puts it in the back of the net to tie this one up at 2. That's the big rig on the blue line, known for his lethal body hits. But this time getting it done with his 10th goal of the season. He is the Mavericks record holder for goals, assists, and points by a defenseman is Charlie Lowndes. Now with 10 goals and 21 assists, a good 31 points to his name in his freshman year, the freshman out of Omaha, Nebraska. Lowndes with the goal at 10:33 of the second. It's got us knotted up at 2. Big hit in the corner, and Shermer wins the puck back for Omaha. Gets it to Glazer. Through the skates, it's Blake Glazer. To Hedquist. Still 4-on-4 for another 35 seconds as the shot from Hedquist knocked down up front. Glazer turns, sends it down to Shermer, back up to Fories. Fories head fakes. Slides it across the crease, and no one could bang it home. Meyer picks it up for ISU. Sends it all the way across. Picked up by Langbein and cleared. Santangelo can't win the puck off of Hedquist, who finds Glazer. Glazer works ahead. 5 seconds of 4-on-4. Fires it. Blocker save made. DeFilippo. Grabbed by Meyer, the most recent goal scorer for ISU. His tally was matched by Charlie Lowndes just a moment ago. He gloves it down, hand pass possibly, as he's knocked down in front by Ryan Hedquist, and his shot goes wide. Pass out to center ice. Glazer couldn't find Newman. He's racing after it, and icing is negated. Great hustle from the sophomore Easton Newman. Just came back this semester to play. Fories couldn't find anybody home at center, and it's knocked out all the way down. 2-on-2 is the rush ahead, but Omaha wins the puck. It's Lucas Epperson skating with a head of steam into the offensive zone. Taken down, and he crashes hard into the back wall. Yes, Lucina has his hand up, and yes, a Redbird will be skating off to the box. As Lucas Epperson racing up the ice, and he just gets taken down along the back wall. Pretty easy trip for Lucina to call. As 12 minutes and 46 seconds into the second, it is Cody Thiessen headed off for tripping. And it'll give the Mavericks the second power play opportunity of the contest. 0 for 1 in the first one. ISU, 77% on the man advantage. That's got to be going up now, as they are 74 of 95 on the penalty kills this season. Hunsaker across the blue line to start off this extra man attack for Omaha. Fitch to Wagner behind the net. It's played back out to the point for Hunsaker. His pass nearly wiped out to Wagner, but controlled by Tessier for a moment. It's intercepted. A great stick play by Blaise Janicki, and he sends it the length of the ice. Mesher out of his cage finds Newman. And Mann races up for Fitch. Cross-ice pass, skips over the stick play to Tessier. He's wiped out of the play. But Wagner finds Mann. Diving, sprawling save by DiFilippo. What a stop from the junior. And his defense gets it and clears it all the way down. Incredible save. His 25th of the contest already for DiFilippo. Hunsaker doing battle against that wall with Blaze Janicki, and as Janicki loses his stick and loses his footing, whistle finally blows, and everybody can emerge from the fray. It will be a defensive zone draw on the Mavericks with 53 seconds to work with on the power play. Rozan on the faceoff, won that straight ahead and gave his defenders time to get back into position with now 40 seconds left on the penalty kill. Glazer couldn't bring it into the offensive zone cleanly. It's cleared back out for Hedquist. Lowndes works in, had that great individual play, now finds Fories, left for Shermer, back to Fories, and it gets kicked back out to the corner. 22 seconds, and Charlie Lowndes circles back to his own zone, finding Glazer. His pass off the skates of Rozan, picked up by Schweitzer, left behind for Rozan. Rozan takes it behind the cage. Glazer still tangled up, can't get his stick back as Schweitzer had it held up. 5 seconds remain on the Maverick power play, and a 3-on-2 if the Mavs hurry. Glazer has it. Rips one. Glove save. Redirected in! A baseball-style swing from Tyler Shermer, and he got the Mavericks in front 3-2 on the power play. My goodness, like it was on a tee for him. He just wound up and swung at it about elbow height and burned it past DiFilippo for the go-ahead goal. It's now 3-2 after the most recent goal from Tyler Shermer. The goal coming at 14:52 as back on the attack are the Mavs quickly. Shea right out in front. Works with it behind the goal line. Played back out to center ice now as Mitchell dumps it in. For Shermer now, he pushes that point streak to 11 games now with 8 goals and 9 assists through that span. Mitchell toe drag into the offensive zone. James Shea has it in the corner. The Mavs back on the attack and with a level of intensity they did not have to start this period as Mitchell sends one save made by DiFilippo. Braden Kraut back onto the ice for the Mavericks. Welcome back, Kraut, after taking that 10-minute misconduct near the end of the first period. The Mavs killed off that penalty. They've killed off 2 of 3, and they are now 1 for 2 on the power play. This puck lifted all the way down, but great hustle from Dirk Schneider wins that race, the 50-50 puck, and gets it cleared to center ice for a moment. It was dumped back down with an even 4 minutes to play here in the second. Kraut races right by Lucina, maybe on a drive-by, and he fires one. Save made. Rebound chance off the elbow of DiFilippo. Dirk Schneider pinched into the corner by Langbein. 3 Mavericks and 2 Redbirds dealing with that puck along the wall. Shea taken down. Lucina's arm goes into the air, and a penalty comes up on ISU. A high stick will be the call, and we will wait to see which Redbird skates off. He slashes his stick. Does Matt Strom, as at 16:24, Strom heads off for a high stick. This one is the penalty. He must have used his stick against another player. Clearance not past Charlie Lowndes along the blue line. He takes the puck back across ice to Glazer. 3.5 to go in the second. Shermer towards the slot. Tipped out front and sent back to the blue line for Lowndes again. Puck played down low. Fories has it there. Tried to find Hedquist. It's cleared out instead by Nader. Ryan Nader stops at the top of the offensive zone and sends it right into the breadbasket of Easton Mesher, who covers up with his 11th save of the contest. Mesher is coming off a season-high 48 saves he made the last time out, that exhibition game against Nebraska, the Division II squad. 48 saves on 49 total shots, and he earned the grinder of the game as awarded by Coach Harahill and sponsored by Parker. This shot went up into the netting, and we will have another offensive zone draw for ISU. Down a man. This is the third power play of the game for the Mavs. 1 for 2 so far. Charlie Lowndes off the boards for Hedquist, and they wait to enter the offensive zone. Hedquist can't get it through cleanly. Now dives after it to try to play it towards center. It's Shermer. Shermer sends one blocked in front. Played to Glazer. Lowndes keeps it in. Hedquist spinning back for Fories. He fans on the chance, and it's played out. Racing up is Vangel. Nick Vangel can't beat Hedquist. Great stick by the freshman, and the puck is back on the Maverick side. Fories into the zone. Tried to play it back to Lowndes. It gets there off of the shin pad redirect, and to Glazer. Moves around a man, shoots it. Save made. Rebound chance, and it's in. Cam Fories puts the Mavericks in front 2 with a second power play goal. "17 minutes and 51 seconds into the second period, and it is Cam Fories off the initial drive from Blake Glazer, who now has 3 assists in this contest. Fories gets on the board, his 13th goal of his career, his 3rd of the season, and he's got the Mavericks in front 2. It was a great play and a great save from DiFilippo on the initial stop. He got the first one, but Fories was waiting right there on the pipe to put the puck in as soon as it ricocheted off of DiFilippo's pads and right out to the crease area. As Wagner takes this in the offensive zone, played back out to Zeke Zylan, and won back by the Mavs, and even 100 seconds to go. Fitch taken down. No arms in the air as Zylan wins it back. Fitch intercepts. Dumped into the offensive zone by Carson Fitch. Chase man, first to it for the Mavs. Has that puck, circles around the cage. Leaves it at the point for Hunsaker, who works down. Getting it to Fitch, below the goal line. Played back out. Loose there, picked up by Santangelo. He leaves it behind for Garcia. He sends it to center ice. Hunsaker kicks it through, holding the puck there with 1 minute and 5 seconds to go, waiting on a signal from an official, and leaving it for Epperson. Epperson poked off of the puck. It goes to the point. Wagner gets it back down low. He's played off of it as he tried to lift that one to Despirito. It's tipped and goes all the way down to Omaha's own defensive zone. Intercepted there by Schweitzer, but as he touches up, too many men to call on ISU, as just making his way to the bench was Strom. Our linesman noticed, and skating off will be one of the 6 that were on the ice at the time the whistle blew for ISU. And my goodness, Peyton Eberle not happy with his side after that one, yelling down the bench to the rest of his Redbirds after that penalty was committed. He's still hollering there. Very unhappy with his side after that too many men penalty, which will be served by Vangel. So it is the 4th power play of the game for the Mavericks. It comes at 19:14. 2 for 3 are the Mavs so far with an extra attacker on the ice. Well, I suppose they don't have an extra attacker, but it is the Redbirds who are a man short. As with under 30 seconds to go, Glazer starts from his own zone. The ACHA's leading goal scorer, assist getter, and point tallier leaves the puck at the slot with 15 seconds. Hedquist grabs it from the point, sends it down into the glove of DiFilippo, and he holds. 12 seconds to go in the second. It has been all Omaha since the go-ahead goal put ISU up from the stick blade of Brendan Meyer 8 minutes into the second. It was then Charlie Lowndes answering with a even strength goal before Tyler Shermer on the power play. Now a shot in, loose in front. Shermer sends it towards the net, covered up by a Redbird in front that is not the goalie, and that should result in a penalty shot. As a scrum ensues on top of the crease, we've got fans in agreement up in the crowd. ISU is already skating off, though they will need to come back on to watch this penalty shot should the officials call it. Coach Harrihill asks Mesher to come back to his bench as we await. Now the linesmen come over and tell ISU to hold on the ice. It appeared a defensive player for the Redbirds covered up that puck in the crease. If that was in fact seen and called by the officials, that would result in a penalty shot for a Maverick that was on the ice during the time. Again, the puck can only be covered up by the hand of the goaltender. He can use his blocker or glove to do that, but only the goalie is allowed to put a hand over the puck. But instead it will be Schweitzer. Back into the box. No signal has been given other than Schweitzer being put in the sin bin. Lassina explaining what's going on to Earnbrock. I wish we had him mic'd up for this part. Now he'll go over and do the same with Harrihill. They have put 2 seconds back on the board. And Shermer will head to the box as well. So, no signals given from our officials yet, but 2 men have been put into the penalty box. They are signaling 4-on-4, though Omaha is supposed to be on the power play for another minute and 16 seconds. And now the Maverick players have vacated the ice, along with the Illinois State players, except for one. They did get the penalty shot called, and it will be Ryan Hedquist, the freshman, taking the shot for the Mavericks. 2 seconds are left on the board, but before that time starts, Hedquist gets the whistle and the clearance to go ahead with the penalty shot. Ryan Hedquist works in. On DiFilippo, shoots it, save made off the left pad of DiFilippo. Shuts him down. Hedquist was looking to go 5-hole with that one. And instead we will get an offensive zone draw. They will need to escort Vangel back to the box. Or maybe he has already headed to the locker room for the intermission, as about half of the Redbirds have. If you take a look over at the ISU bench, there are not nearly as many players as started the period over there, as with just 2 seconds to go. It's 5-on-4. Hedquist, Lowndes, Mann, Hunsaker, and Glazer on the ice for the Mavericks. But, smartly, Coach Harrihill did not put Mesher back in the net. It is 6-on-4 with an extra attacker. Hard to believe ISU could get the puck all the way down the ice, but all this stop and go has brought attention to that sneaky play from Coach Harrihill. And we'll need a couple more meetings about this one before we can get the puck drop for the last 2 seconds. Might as well just take intermission now, folks, but you never know what's going to happen. Finally, the clearance to play. Hedquist opposite Santangelo. And the draw stays right in between the two skates of the locked up centers, and the horn sounds with nothing further. We head to the second intermission with your score, Omaha 4 and Illinois State 2. We'll be back with you for period number 3. Right after this, you're listening to the UNO ACHA Mavericks channel on YouTube. Welcome back, period 3. It is Omaha 4 and Illinois State 2 as both teams head to the ice for the final period of regulation play. Nate Obrecht here alongside Caden McDermott and Sebastian Cassiopo. It has been a pleasure to be with you here on the UNO ACHA Mavericks YouTube channel through the first two periods and for the last 20 minutes of play here in this one before game 2. A quick turnaround tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m. You can rejoin us right here on the UNO ACHA Mavericks YouTube stream, or just come on down for brunch with the Mavs. Of course, you'll have to provide your own eggs and bacon, but we'll take some too up here if you're bringing it. But before all that fun tomorrow in the sun-baked ice rink, we get another nice night shot of Exarban Village and those big windows beyond Holland Ice. And in front of those windows, two Redbirds skate to the penalty box opposite one Maverick. That is Shermer and Schweitzer in serving coincidental minor penalties they picked up in the last 2 seconds, of the second. Alongside Schweitzer in the ISU box is Nicholas Vangel. Vangel picked up a tripping penalty and remains in the box for another minute 14 to start this period, barring a Maverick goal in the next 70 seconds or so as we have just begun period 3. Into the offensive zone goes Hedquist, tried to find Glazer, skipped off of his stick, out to the point for Lowndes. Glazer back on the puck. To Tessier, back to Glazer. Glazer works in, backhand drive, and it's saved by DiFilippo on the side of the cage. Loose out in front, the whistle blows as Hedquist fires it. The officials lost sight of that puck as it was leaked over the left pad of DiFilippo back into the crease. Hedquist had a look at it, but as he was getting ready to shoot in front of a flurry of ISU bodies, I will add, the whistle blew, and we get an offensive zone draw. This face-off won by the Mavs, but cleared out by the Redbirds. All the way to center ice as Glazer takes it back in. Left behind for Tessier. To Lowndes, the Mavs with 45 seconds on the power play. This their fourth. They are 2 for 3 on the previous chances. Pass goes all the way back out to center. Lowndes waits for a moment, now starts forward. Poke checked right as he enters the zone, picked up by Fories. Fories towards the net front. Pass across, stopped by DiFilippo on the redirect. Cleared out, all the way down it goes as ISU heads off for a change. 20 seconds to go as Glazer takes it through the center ice, up ahead for Fories. Fories trouble possessing it as he skates towards the wall. It's grabbed by Wagner, back down the wall to Fories. Left there for Tessier. Across ice to Hunsaker, down low to Glazer. Back to full strength are the Redbirds. 2 for 4 on penalties killed tonight. Hunsaker into the slot. Tessier back out for Glazer. He leaves it below the goal line. Picked up by Wagner along the hash marks. He stops. Tries to dance around Langbein. Wagner back on the puck, and the sides converge in the corner. One out to the wall for Morrissey. He can't get it past Captain Troy Hunsaker, who keeps it in the zone, digging it forward along the near wall. Played down to the corner once more by Wagner. He can't keep it. Langbein picks it up, but Mann strips him of the puck, who was played out to the point for Hunsaker. He had it intercepted by Morrissey, but Morrissey couldn't play it through Fitch. Just over 2 minutes gone here in the third. Long pass up ahead for Mann, and he's into the offensive zone once more. Mann can't hang on. Grabbed by Thiessen, and sent out to center. ISU will head for the fire wagon change. Omaha trying to catch him out with a two-line pass. Beth finds Wagner. He stops along the top of the circle, sends it down low. Intercepted by ISU. Beth from the wall. Stick save, DiFilippo. Grabbed by Ryan Nader. Sent caddy corner to the near wall for Meyer. Meyer played it down low for Santangelo. Back to Meyer. Backhand pass from the back wall. Out to the point for Vangle. Vangle dumps it down low. Santangelo can't get it out front. Off the side of the net, it's intercepted. Here comes Braden Kraut. Looking for Fitch, but he was headed for a line change, and back in with it skates Enderle. Enderle save made. Mesher, a rebound chance from Meyer, and another stop from the freshman out of Sioux Falls. Picked up by Everly. Shot save made into the glove of Mesher, and he covers and holds. That one was going across the net front, may not have gotten on net, but Mesher did his job, freezing play 3 minutes and 21 seconds into the third. Mesher has made 15 saves in this contest, as Illinois State 6 shots in the first and 7 in the second. Already they've got 4 shots on goal here in this period. Omaha tallied 18 shots in just the second period alone as they lead the shots on goal total 35-17. Big hit along the point line, and it's cleared out to center. Vangle and Tessier both took a beating on that one, and it's dumped back into the offensive zone for ISU. Epperson first to it for Omaha. Pass from Nate Mitchell, deflected deeper into the zone. Dirk Schneider was there for it and gets it to center. Nader picks it off for ISU, gets across center ice line and dumps it in. Shares a few words with Newman as Omaha sets up the breakout. Dirk Schneider can't get it through the pads of Orlando. Orlando back in for Morrissey. His backhand pass goes up into the far side wall. There it's cleared to center. Garcia collects in his own zone for the Redbirds. Garcia turns, sends it on net. Mesher's going to hang on to that one. It'll go as a shot on goal. And an offensive zone faceoff for ISU. We ended the first period in a 1-1 draw, but Omaha used 3 second period goals to take this 4-2 lead, which we have now as Morrissey sends one off the blocker of Mesher. Cleared out by Hedquist to Glazer. Glazer into the offensive zone for 4. He's left behind for Shermer. Poke checked off with a puck by Zylan. Back the other way, 2-on-1. Strom with Morrissey. Shot blocked out by Hedquist on the diving redirect. Mesher got the rest of it and cleared it to the back wall. Picked up by Garcia. Left behind for Morrissey. To Orlando. Shot deflected by the captain in front, Hunsaker, with the shin pad save. Onto the stick of Ryan Hedquist. Hedquist dumps it ahead, chasing after it. He touches up behind the cage. In the offensive zone, Shermer gets taken down violently on the play. Big hit given by Charlie Orlando. Shermer still waiting there, trying to get his stick out of the boards. Now delivers another shot to Morrissey in response. The puck is sent all the way down, and Omaha has clean ice to skate up on. Long 3-line pass up ahead from Forries to Glazer. Catching it just on the inside of the offensive zone. Glazer passes it around the back wall and taken right into the net. As Troy Hunsaker fired a shot off, was Glazer driven into the back of the cage by Langbein. And you don't usually see the net fall right on its face, but it did come crashing down over the crease there. No Mavericks or Redbirds were hurt in that altercation, as DiFilippo was able to vacate the crease as the net came clanging down. The puck is being dropped from the neutral zone, meaning the officials saw Glazer at fault for the collision behind the cage. He is now off the ice, and Fitch takes the puck into the offensive zone for the Mavericks. That puck ramped up into the netting off of a Redbird and will stay in the offensive zone for a faceoff for Omaha. Wagner on to take it for the Mavs. He got the scoring started for Omaha after the first goal of the game from Schweitzer of ISU. Pass right out to the point. Rozan poke checked it off of Forey's stick, but Forey's with a strong arm to win that puck back at center ice. Racing up the ice, Cam Forey's taking off the puck, chops at it, and gets it to the slot. There it's controlled for a second before the Mavs take it back. It's Mann behind the net. Now he circles to the top of the zone. Tried to pass it down. Rozan again with a shin pad block to clear this one all the way down. Mann with a beautiful spin move there in the corner to duke out Rozan. And Wagner takes it the rest of the way out of the offensive zone. He's met along the back wall, leaving it for Fitch to Kraut. Shot save made by DiFilippo. Grabbed by Langbein. He takes it up to center ice, dumps it the rest of the way. Mesher saves it with the pad, getting it to Fitch. Fitch looks to center ice, cross ice pass to James Shea. He's knocked down as he tried to receive that pass. Kraut finds Beth instead. Beth's shot ramps off the stick of Tison. It's taken back out by Santangelo. Left for Enderle. Enderle fires it. Stick block from Lowndes, and it goes wide. Now Santangelo dumps it down low. Picked up there by the Mavericks. Charlie Lowndes gets it to Charlie Shea. And the two trade the puck once more. Shea couldn't get it past Meyer. Now wins the puck back and gets it to center. Santangelo wasn't looking and gets called for the offside as Meyer was still in the zone as the puck had left. Nearing the 12-minute mark of the third period, it is Omaha 4, ISU 2. Nothing across to report in this period. 3 goals for the Mavericks in the second after a 1-1 tie to end the first. Lowndes had one of those goals in the second period as he dumps it into the offensive zone. Stick save from DiFilippo. Lowndes sends it back on. This one goes wide. Played behind the net by Tessier. Tessier to Lowndes. Shot wide. May have been deflected out front by a Redbird on defense. Now it's grabbed by Enderle. He takes a big shoulder from Lowndes, and Newman grabs the puck. After the separation from the big rig on the blue line, the freshman, Charlie Lowndes, grabbed by Tessier off the turnover. Good intercept from Tessier, but he couldn't keep it. Epperson winning the puck back below the goal line, taking his man down and doing battle with Nicholas Vangel. It's one to Tessier. He stops in the corner, tries to spin out of there, but it's won back by Santangelo. Given up ahead to Lupero. Left out in front. Lupero with another great chance at it, and Mesher makes the second save. He made the first one, anticipated that his defense was going to get the puck for him. And as they did not touch up on that, it created a dangerous play with Lupero crashing down towards the crease. Mesher with the good save, a desperate save, and he's now up to 21 in the contest. This is already the best period for ISU in terms of shot on goal production. You mentioned 6 in the first, 7 in the second, and now 10 through the first half of the third period. Garcia takes this one, giving it to Erturk, who dumps it on net. Mesher makes the stop, and we'll get another offensive zone draw for ISU. (17, 5, and 1 are the Redbirds entering play today after a split at Olivet Nazarene. Omaha 22-3 with 2 ties after the last huge series against the Dordt defenders. Shermer behind the cage, back out to Hedquist, and he scores! What a play by the Maverick top line of Glazer, Shermer, and Hedquist. And that's the way it went. Tape to tape to tape. Glazer to Shermer to Hedquist and to Twine. The goal 9.5 minutes into the third period. It comes off the stick of Ryan Hedquist, who now has 19 goals this season and 41 points. He and Glazer combining two of the most impressive freshman campaigns in Maverick hockey history. Puck lifted out to center. Morrissey darts in, splits the D, shot, and it's in! Just 20 seconds after the Mavs, 25 seconds, after the Mavs put themselves up 3. Morrissey cuts the lead back to 2. Morrissey with his 10th of the year, now with 22 points. As the all-Illinois lineup from Illinois State. Morrissey out of Aurora. Beth dumps this one down. Langbine there to collect for the Redbirds. Grabbed by Orlando, sent out to center. There it's intercepted by Omaha. Mason Beth works in, leaves it behind for Wagner. Wagner dumps it once more for Fitch. Winds up, shoots one, knocked down by Mann in front. Wagner collects the rebound. Tried to center it. No one was home. Tison clears it out. Picked up by Blaze Janicki. Sent off the back wall. It's picked up there by Beth. He gets it to Lowndes, and a long stretch pass tried to find Fitch. Too far for him, but he'll win the foot race with Nader. Fitch picks up that puck in the offensive zone. Can't contain it as Janicki gets it up to McCauley. McCauley has Razan with him, but he gets taken off the puck by Lowndes. Razan gets it back out to the point for Nader. Back to Razan, and he couldn't find anyone home in the slot. Pass out for Braden Kraut. He'll dump it and chase after it. Racing against Deverick in the offensive zone below the goal line. Grabbed and cleared as McCauley races into the offensive zone for the Redbirds. Shoots one, blocked out by Despirito. Chases him to the corner, does Rocco Despirito, pinned up against the wall. Puck cleared to center, where it's picked up by Mitchell for the Mavs. 4-on-2, skate the Mavericks with Charlie Shea leading the way. Shea left it for James Shea. Now to Braden Kraut. It's breaking apart, and his shot goes just wide right. Off the wall, Janicki sends it ahead for Meyer. Brendan Meyer with a goal in this one now with a team leading 21 in this one. Shot from the point, deflected by Charlie Shea. Takes it, has Kraut with him. Kraut couldn't get the shot off. He was being held all the way by Santangelo. Good play there on the 2-on-1 as Shea tried to find Kraut waiting on the back door. Now James Shea works into the slot, taken off the puck by 3 Redbirds who converged on the puck. Now Meyer tips this one high. Omaha first to touch it, so high stick negated. Newman races after it, knocking down Santangelo and Garcia in the process to win the puck back. Centering it toward the front of the net. DiFilippo aids that one to the corner. Back out to Voorhees from Epperson. Shot save made. DiFilippo into the trapper, and he holds with 7 minutes and 19 seconds to go in the contest. Both of these squads are Mid-American Conference Tournament bound. They will both be top 4 seeds as ISU won the Eastern Division, and Omaha, with a sweep of Dort and a 6-0 record thus far in conference play, has claimed the West for the first time in program history. Voorhees to Hunsaker off the faceoff. Epperson tried to deflect that one. It goes wide. Hunsaker works in, shoots, save. DiFilippo. Backhand pass to the slot, intercepted by Langbine. Out to the point, kept in by Tessier. Left for Newman, back to Voorhees. Shot, blocker save. Off the back glass, Epperson centers it again. Waiting there is Tessier, whacking at it with Newman. A couple of Redbirds crash on the puck as the whistle blows. It's somewhere under DiFilippo. He's got the save, and he'll get a defensive zone draw. Omaha in the same division as Dordt, Creighton, Kansas, and the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Nebraska went an impressive 0-8 in their conference matchups. KU went 3-5. Omaha and Creighton have to play next week. It will not decide anything in the Mid-American West Division, but it will go a long way. As another redirected shot from Shermer burns DiFilippo. And my goodness, the midair magician, Tyler Shermer, deflects another one. This one about belt high. Wasn't a baseball swing as much as a paddle tap. As it deflects off the end of his blade and gets his second of the game. Hattie watch for Shermer now with 6 minutes and change to play in the game. Well, they announced that goal's going to Voorhees. I'm sure Shermer will have something to say about that one. As at 12:22, Shermer's goal off the assist from Voorhees, the initial shot from the point, has the Mavs up 6-3. Puck dumped down by Orlando, grabbed by Cam Voorhees. The assist on that last goal. He's got one himself tonight. Shot in from Wagner. DiFilippo covers. That one originated outside the offensive zone. As with 5:53 to go in the game, Omaha has regained its 3-goal lead. 2 goals in the third for the Mavericks, one from Ryan Hedquist, and the second from Tyler Shermer, his second of the game. Improving that win streak to 11 straight games along with Blake Glazer. Here's a shot from Lowndes. DiFilippo sticks it aside. He gave up 5 goals in his first start against Omaha. He's given up 6 here in this second start. Meyer takes it back. Backhand pass across. Mesher got it out of harm's way with the pad. 3-on-2 rush. Number 2 Fitch gives it to 20 Wagner. He can't contain it, and it's played back out to center ice. 5:20 to go as Mann dumps it back into the offensive zone. Omaha sat idle last week watching Dordt beat Creighton and put the division out of reach for anyone but the kids from Omaha, Nebraska. Omaha has made one previous conference tournament. They got bounced in the first round of the 2024 Mid-American Playoffs at the hands of the eventual conference champions, the Missouri Tigers. Illinois State also got a Mid-American playoff berth a couple of years ago. That one was in 2025, just a season ago. And they took on the Nebraska Cornhuskers, running into the juggernaut that turned into the Division II squad down in Lincoln. And they were also bounced. So 2 first-time Mid-American Division champions here. Centered out front. Prout with a shot. The Western champions up 6-3 on the Eastern champions as a shot in from the West from DeSpirito off the glove of DiFilippo. Under 4 minutes now to go. 6-3 Omaha, the most recent tally from Shermer. Left out in front for Charlie Shea. He pokes at it. DiFilippo keeps it. Played back out to the point. DeSpirito for the Mavs to James Shea. Pass across, goes wide. Prout to Mitchell. Wound up shot, and it's wide. Rings all the way out all the way down, and Despirito has to chase it below the Maverick goal line. Mitchell halts for a moment, looking for Kraut. He finds Newman instead. Newman back to Kraut. Couldn't get a stick on it. Instead, it's James Shea. Collects that puck, taken down along the top of the circle. Pass to Voorhees. Tried to toe drag through one man. Bangle with a good skate to keep that out. Bangle lifts it into the offensive zone. Mesher parries it to the corner. Along the back wall, Voorhees. Pass chopped out. Loose in front. Blaze Janicki sends one on. Save made Mesher. Out to the blue line, Nader. Shot blocked by Voorhees. Newman gets the rebound, sending it out to center ice. Barreling over one man as he dumps it down for Austin Tessier. Tessier content to hold that against the wall, along with Newman, who digs it out to Epperson. Pass behind the cage to Tessier with 2:22 to go. Tessier looked back out front. No one was home. It was intercepted and played out by Schweitzer. To Lupero and wide on the backhand. Epperson gets to that one and sends it out to center. Hunsaker takes it, and even 2 minutes to go in the 6-3 game. 2 goals in the third for the Mavericks, opposite 1 for Illinois State. This after we ended the second 4-2. Shots in the third have swelled to 46-26 in favor of UNO as the puck is brought back into the offensive zone by ISU. Great poke check from Cam Voorhees, and it's onto the stick blade of Hedquist with under 90 seconds to go. He'll dump it in and on net. Di Filippo lets it bounce off of him, getting it to Garcia. "13 shots in the third period for Illinois State, bringing its total up to 26 for the game. 15 in the third period for the Mavericks, improving the total to 47. DiFilippo has made 41 stops, opposite Easton Mesher, who has made 23, now 24 as a shot comes in from Orlando. It's back out to center ice. We are under a minute now to go. Shermer looking for 3. Blocker saved DiFilippo. Newman is taken down along the wall. No, that's Charlie Lowndes who loses his footing. Back the other way comes Morrissey, and he shoots and scores. It skipped off of the ice. It took a carom and then went up into the netting. Mesher was utterly confused by that one. And we see why Lowndes went down so awkwardly and got back up slowly as the fourth goal is put in by ISU. Lowndes lost his steal in the corner on that hit. So the Mavericks were essentially down to 4 men and 1 defenseman at the time the goal was scored, which was 19:27 of the third. Morrissey with his second of the game. Man trying to make sure it's not the last one as he shoots one off the mask of DiFilippo. Back to Wagner, shot wide of the cage. 15 seconds now to go. Omaha has controlled this one from the middle point of the second period. Pass cut out by Santangelo. Pass across from Meyer, couldn't find anyone with 5. 49-27 are your shots on goal. 6-4 is your final score as Omaha skates to the victory over Illinois State in Game 1 in the clash of divisional champions. The West Division takes this one over the East in Game 1. Goals coming from Wyatt Wagner, Charlie Lowndes, Camden Voorhees, Ryan Hedquist, and 2 from Tyler Shermer to round out the Maverick goal scoring. All 6 of them here to beat the Redbirds. They will void the handshake and wait for the final of Game 2 tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m. That's when we will rejoin you alongside Caden McDermott and Sebastian Cassiopo. I've been Nate Obrecht. It's been a pleasure to be with you on the UNO ACHA Mavericks YouTube stream, and we'll see